You retired? You're not retired? What's going on?
Oh, I'm still active. I'm
still
active, yeah,
active?
training. I do training.
Is Manny gonna fight again? Is he gonna do an exhibition? He wants to,
Or a real fight.
It has to be financial. I mean, any fighter that comes back, especially from retirement, a guy like Manny Pacquiao, it definitely has to do with money.
Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao has officially broken his silence on his return to the ring at 46 years old, confirming a showdown against rising star Mario Barrios. Speaking with the same confidence and determination that defined his historic career, Pacquiao declared that age is just a number and he's ready to prove he still belongs among the elite. This fight is not just about a comeback, but also about showing the world that the fire still burns. Fans around the globe are buzzing as the 8-division world champion prepares to step back into the spotlight for what could be one of the most talked about bouts of the year.
In a world title fight against the WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. Date yet to be confirmed, venue yet to be confirmed, but it looks like it will be in July and in Las Vegas. Yeah, massive news announced yesterday by the WBC president, and you know, it was so out of left field. You know, Pacquiao hasn't fought professionally since 2021. That was 4 years ago. He was 41 at the time, and of course he lost to Yordenis Ugas, the very tricky Cuban fighter. Convincingly lost to Yordenis Ugas, and in that fight 4 years ago, as I say.
Pacquiao's return to the ring comes after a brief retirement in 2021, following his loss to Yordenis Ugas. At the time, the Filipino icon had shifted his focus to politics, even launching a presidential campaign in the Philippines. Though his political ambitions fell short, the boxing world always suspected that the Pac-Man story in the ring wasn't quite over. With over 2 decades of experience, 62 wins, and countless accolades under his belt, Pacquiao's name remains synonymous with speed, power, and relentless energy. His opponent, Mario Barrios, represents a new generation of fighters. At 29 years old, Barrios has already built a strong reputation for himself, with a professional record that includes wins over the likes of Giovanni Santiago and a competitive bout with Gervonta Tank Davis. Known for his technical skill, physical resilience, and determination, Barrios will be looking to make a statement of his own by taking down one of boxing's all-time greats. The contrast in styles and generations is what makes this matchup particularly intriguing. "I have nothing but respect for Manny Pacquiao," Barrios said in a recent interview, "but this is my era now. I'm not stepping into the ring to admire him. I'm stepping in to win." The fight is being promoted as a special event, drawing attention from casual fans and hardcore boxing enthusiasts alike. Set to take place in Las Vegas, a city synonymous with iconic boxing nights, the event is expected to generate massive pay-per-view numbers. The buzz surrounding the announcement has reignited interest in boxing, particularly in the welterweight division, which has seen a resurgence of talent and attention in recent years.
Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios? Okay, if this was for a massive bag, I get it. But you're fighting for a non-pay-per-view event, so you're going to be fighting for free against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Why? There are plenty of other fights to be making. But yet we're getting Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Is Manny Pacquiao even ready to fight in the ring? Why is he? I get he still loves the sport, but listen, you are an all-time great, and a legend of the sport, a Hall of Famer. Why return? Why not just go pursue other things? If anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight? I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios, why is Mario Barrios agreeing to this? Unless there is some astronomically large amount of money being given out for this fight makes no sense for either party. And I'm sick of having this welterweight division held up by dumb stuff like this. We don't want this fight. It makes absolutely no sense. And all it does is hold up the welterweight division a little bit longer.
Barrios has expressed enthusiasm about the possibility of facing boxing legend Manny Pacquiao. He stated, "I'm very excited at the possibility of this fight being made. Manny Pacquiao is a future Hall of Famer, a legend, and someone I looked up to growing up. To share the ring with him would be an honor and a dream come true." This sentiment reflects Barrios' respect for Pacquiao's storied career and his eagerness to test himself against one of the sport's all-time greats. For Pacquiao, training camp has reportedly been intense. Videos have surfaced showing him sparring with younger fighters, displaying flashes of the speed and agility that once made him nearly untouchable. His longtime trainer, Freddie Roach, has expressed confidence in his protege, stating, "Manny still has it. He's always been a special athlete. His work ethic is second to none, and he's taking this fight very seriously." The narrative of an aging warrior returning to reclaim past glory is one that resonates across all sports, but especially in boxing, where the physical demands are relentless and the risks substantial. Yet Pacquiao seems undeterred. In interviews, he's emphasized that this fight is not driven by money or fame, but by passion and legacy. "People think I have nothing left to prove," he said, "but I want to do this one more time, for myself, for my fans, and for my country." Barrios, on the other hand, sees this as a golden opportunity to elevate his own career. Defeating Manny Pacquiao would catapult him into the global spotlight and position him for even bigger fights. While some critics argue that Pacquiao is well past his prime, others caution against underestimating a fighter with his experience and ring IQ.
What's the next fight you're working? Where? Oh, you going to New York? No. I'm saying. You know, I told someone that he's one of the main coaches here, and they said, "Why is Roberts Gardner a coach?" They thought he was the guy. No, I'm serious. Someone thought that you were the Gardner guy. Yeah, no, someone seriously, one of the boxing reporters. No, Blas. I said, no, he's not. Yeah, of course, he's a legend. Where is he? The firefighter. Because they saw the videos and they got confused. Oh, Mikey's here. Who's the guy with Mikey? Who's the guy with Mikey? Okay, really quick. Manny Pacquiao. It looks like you fight Barrios July 19th. Who wins? Pacquiao? Why? What do you think? You think Barrios? Are you joking or are you serious? He's 46. But he's still Pacquiao.
No, he's not. I think
You said Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao.
Experience is a weapon, said boxing analyst Max Kellerman. Pacquiao has seen every style, every trick in the book. Barrios may be younger and perhaps even stronger at this stage, but there's a reason Pacquiao is a legend. You don't bet against someone like him lightly. The build-up to the fight has also included discussions about what a victory or loss means for both men. For Pacquiao, a win would be a triumphant return, possibly setting the stage for one final title run. For Barrios, it would mean validation and a changing of the guard. Promoters have been hyping the event with dramatic promotional videos, interviews, and behind-the-scenes content, feeding the excitement among fans. Social media has played a major role in the promotion, with both fighters sharing training updates, motivational quotes, and personal reflections. The hashtag Pacquiao Barrios has been trending intermittently on platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram as fans debate everything from who has the better jab to how the fight might end. Adding to the spectacle are the undercard fights, featuring a mix of up-and-coming talents and seasoned veterans. It's being touted as a celebration of boxing, with tributes to Pacquiao's legendary career interspersed throughout the event. There is also speculation that this might be Pacquiao's farewell fight, win or lose, which adds an emotional layer to an already compelling narrative.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo.
Despite the excitement, there are valid concerns regarding Pacquiao's age and the physical toll his body has endured over the years. At 46, he would be one of the oldest elite boxers to step into a competitive fight at this level. Medical professionals and sports analysts have weighed in, noting, for Pacquiao, training camp has reportedly been intense. Videos have surfaced showing him sparring with younger fighters, displaying flashes of the speed and agility that once made him nearly untouchable. Despite the excitement, there are valid concerns regarding Pacquiao's age and the physical toll his body has endured over the years. At 46, he would be one of the oldest elite boxers to step into a competitive fight at this level. Medical professionals and sports analysts have weighed in, noting that while Pacquiao has passed all required physicals, reflexes and recovery time do decline with age. Still, those close to him insist he's in phenomenal shape and ready to defy expectations. Amir Khan has recently voiced his apprehensions regarding Manny Pacquiao's proposed return to the boxing ring at the age of 46, expressing both admiration and caution for the Filipino icon. While Khan respects Pacquiao's legendary status and accomplishments, he also voiced concerns about the risks involved in such a high-stakes comeback at this stage in Pacquiao's life and career. In a candid interview, Khan said, "Manny is a legend, no doubt about that. But boxing is a young man's sport. At 46, your reflexes, recovery time, and overall durability just aren't the same. I'd hate to see someone like him get hurt because he's pushing his body beyond its limit." Khan emphasized that while Pacquiao still looks sharp in training videos, there's a difference between looking good in the gym and surviving 12 rounds against a hungry, younger opponent like Mario Barrios.
And Manny got in touch with me as well. Manny was like, "Shall we do a fight? He's quite serious about it. He was like, "Shall we make a fight happen?" I go, "Listen, if you can get a Thunder, if you can get someone like a Turkey Shake on board, then why not?"
There's no, that must be able to be made that. Yeah. Surely. You do that for the right money, right?
Massive. Look, we've had our best days, and I think a fight like that would definitely sell. Manny having a massive Philippine fan base, and all around the world really, and then obviously myself, I've got a decent fan base as well, so I think it will definitely sell, and people would like to see, when people make comebacks, people always like to see them, see how the fight's going to be, and me and Manny are probably in the same position. We'd be both being retired for like 3-4 years. I think it will make a good fight.
And you're only 38 as well, so we've seen boxers older than that getting back into the ring. You're still at a good age where you certainly could box again.
Yeah, definitely. Look at George Foreman, the late George Foreman. He was a great champion, and he came back. I think he must have been in his late 40s when he came back and won a world title as well. So look, in boxing, it's always that one punch. And at the same time, though, guys, is that I look back and think, do I need to get back in the ring again? We've always been prize fighters. I've always taken punches to the head. It could just be that one punch that hurts you, and God forbid you get hurt and you can't spend good quality time with your family.
Khan also took the opportunity to reflect on his own near miss with Pacquiao and what would have been a mega fight between the two stars. According to Khan, the fight fell through due to a combination of contractual complications and financial uncertainties. He revealed that negotiations were hampered by middlemen and unfulfilled promises from investors, particularly concerning a proposed bout in the United Arab Emirates. Khan stated, "The fight didn't happen because Bob Arum said that the investors in Dubai, or wherever, UAE, couldn't put the money together and they needed more time. This lack of secured funding ultimately led to the collapse of the match." Despite these setbacks, Khan remains open to the idea of facing Pacquiao, provided the circumstances are right. He has indicated that the comeback would only be for high-profile fights against top-tier opponents like Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather. Khan emphasized that he is financially secure and lacks the passion for boxing unless it's for a significant bout. He stated, "I'm 90% done from the sport anyways. I don't have the love for boxing anymore to motivate myself. It would only have to be Manny or Floyd Mayweather."
There's been talks about it for a long time that, he wants to fight again. But I don't know, there's nothing really that materialized from it, you know what I mean? As long as if we can get like a Turkey Shake or someone to put the money down and persuade Manny to do this, then it'll happen. But other than that, I don't think it'll happen.
You've been talking. I know you've always wanted.
We know each other. We spoke about it, but it's somewhat about the investment. If someone's willing to put the investment down, and we've not really got anyone.
WBC President Mauricio Suleiman stated that Pacquiao is set to face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios in July 2025. This bout marks Pacquiao's return after nearly 4 years of retirement, with his last fight being a loss to Yadenis Ugas in August 2021. Now cleared by the Nevada State Athletic Commission and backed by WBC rules that allow former champions to return, Pacquiao is eligible to challenge for a world title. though the official announcement of the fight is on hold until Pacquiao finishes his Senate campaign in the Philippines on May 12th.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion, so who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight. It was released, PBC. Manny Pacquiao first title was the flyweight WBC, and he wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like Pat, even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring. It's
later.
different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that roast, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like, Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just
don't say that. Yeah.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in that fight.
Good luck in that fight.
I already said he's got these T-Rex arms. Everybody's talking about how fast he is. Manny Pacquiao, T-Rex arm. Pop, pop, pop.
Pacquiao. Oh, down goes Thurman! And let me tell you, that was just a quick punch. Pacquiao again, the aggressor. See? Now the response by Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pac-Man!
Reports indicate that Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions have reserved the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas for July 19th, a likely venue and date for the event. I do like the idea very much. I think Pacquiao can beat any fighter or be competitive with any fighter today. This endorsement underscores the WBC's willingness to sanction the fight, recognizing Pacquiao's enduring appeal and competitive spirit. Pacquiao's advisor, Sean Gibbons, also views the fight as a viable opportunity. He described Barrios as the perfect fighter for Pacquiao, noting that it's a 50-50 fight but a very winnable fight for Manny. Gibbons emphasized that Barrios' style could align well with Pacquiao's strengths, suggesting that the matchup is both competitive and favorable for the veteran boxer.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios, we've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England, we could have done it in the US, we could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story and a very winnable fight for Manny. So again, over the next month or so, we'll either be able to make these fights or we won't. That is definitely on the target.
Pacquiao's career is unparalleled in its scope. He is the only boxer to have won world titles in 8 different weight divisions, ranging from flyweight to light middleweight, a span of 39 pounds. This feat underscores his adaptability and skill in overcoming size disadvantages against larger opponents. In contrast, Sugar Ray Robinson's dominance was primarily within 2 weight classes, welterweight and middleweight. While Robinson's record is impressive, with 174 wins and 109 knockouts, his success was concentrated within a narrower weight range. Betting odds have been close, reflecting the uncertainty around the outcome. While Pacquiao's legacy and fan base give him an edge in popularity, the bookmakers have given Barrios a slight advantage due to youth and recent activity in the ring. Still, as history has shown, Manny Pacquiao thrives as the underdog. The international aspect of the fight also adds to its appeal. Pacquiao remains a national hero in the Philippines, and his return has been met with celebrations and public gatherings. In contrast, Barrios represents a new American hope, with supporters from San Antonio and the broader Latino community rallying behind him. It's a cultural clash as much as it is a sporting one, with pride and identity playing a role in the stakes.
He also has a case for greatest fighter, pound for pound, who ever lived. Think about, by the way, I don't think he wins that argument. Sugar Ray Robinson is safely ensconced in that position. But Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, whoever else you want to mention, put Pacquiao's resume up to those guys. Bill James, the great baseball sabermetrician, had a way of ranking baseball players that I came across as a kid and thought, that's really smart. You have to rank them at their best and then also over the course of their careers. Because when you have that argument, are you talking about who accomplished the most or what heights did they reach? What peak did they reach? Take either for Pacquiao. Take his peak. Was it at 140 pounds when he obliterated Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, and then Oscar De La Hoya, though that was at 147? Was that Pacquiao's peak? Because remember, that's when the Mayweather-Pacquiao hype actually reached fever pitch. Oh my God, these are two of the best fighters we've ever seen, and they're both in their primes.
What is your opinion on Pacquiao's return? Share your insights and opinions in the comments below.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.